we got here? Moon's in Taurus. And it's not a huge active transit day. We had the Mercury event this morning. And it tells us we need to be careful with the messages we send. Do that with our, well, with our words and our actions. We send messages. Yeah. And when they're aligned, the messages are the strongest. That's two. And then Mars is also has an interaction with the moon this afternoon around 11:36 this morning. So you're gonna shine, you know, like the person in charge. You're gonna be called to be in charge, and you'll be up for it. You'll be up for it. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say. Where's the collective at today? Yep, we're out here. We came to the horse this time. Anything else to know about us? We are the subject matter, and we are the Ace of Cups. Highest level of emotion, love. This is divine love. This is love for self. This is love for others. This is unconditional love at its finest. This is a beautiful state for us to be in, especially grounded by the Taurus moon. That's love in action. That's works in action, folks. Even though it's Earth, that one wants. That one wants. Yeah. We have a rebirth that's happening. That's part of our experience. And we come out the sun. How beautiful is that? Divine essence. That's the God construct. That is what humans are here for. We are collectively the sun when we have a reading. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. It's beautiful. This is the journey that we're going on. It's a death and rebirth journey, and we're going to dig in it with the next round of cards. That's the overview. Energy. See what else we get here. Tell us what we are bringing on this rebirth journey. Death. Something old gets put aside and something new is born. We will take with us our gains, our worldly possessions, the things that we've earned over time. This is not just what we own. This is our experiences as well. Things that actually happened, right? Things that happened in the 3D world. We bring that with us. Dominion, Two of Wands, the ability to know where we begin and end and walk away from that which does not serve. That's good. That's some sovereignty, some passion. Fire, a willingness to set firm boundaries. That's good. That's good. Boundaries are, what establishes where we begin and end. It's the thing we do control, if anything. Judgment, yeah, and that's the Judgment card. This is the Boundary card. This is about where we begin and end as well. Knowing where that is, having the sense, and recognizing that you reap what you sow. So your karma is also part of that. Yeah. Judgment is kind of where the trespasses on others, come into play. Yep, Princess of Swords. So she's wielding magic. She's got some skill, but she's not a queen. She's no high priestess. This is intellect and spirituality being wielded, coming from a very high source. It is the responsibility of the princess, though, to wield that and to come into her own. So it's definitely a regrowth. And we bring the ability to be reborn soundly in that structure. We have a tower moment at the bottom of the deck, just so you know. We're really in for a major rebirth here. We'll see if it pops, though. I'm not pulling it out unless it comes shooting out. Oh, there we go. Here's our journey. Happiness and failure. Yeah. Contrast. That's fascinating. Okay. So in this death rebirth process, we will confront our priorities and figure out what's really most meaningful to us. We will need to make ourselves happy. We need to accept our happiness, fall into our happiness. I have a shirt that says, you know, it's something along the lines of, know when you've arrived. You know, success is knowing when you have arrived. It's important that after you do all this hard work and toil, all these things from the past that we've brought with us, and the gain, and the boundaries, and the judgment and the karma that comes with that, and this spiritual essence, ability to think and plan that needs to be wielded. When we bring all that together, we have to remember that we are in charge of our own happiness. No one's going to make us happy. So it is in this space that we discover how to hold that frequency for ourselves. There's failure, and if we allow failure to impact our happiness, then that's on us, right? Seven of Pentacles says failure will happen. And it's important to reflect and learn, right? From our mistakes. It's what we're here for. The horse always knows. The two are not mutually exclusive, and that's what this spread reminds us. This journey of rebirth reminds us that happiness and failure are not mutually exclusive. Yeah, they can be co-occurring. We have to make room for two opposing truths. Causes cognitive dissonance, I know. People don't like that. There's always work to be done in that space. So let's see. Where there's cognitive dissonance, there's work to be done. We do work in this space. See how we pop out. Anything else? Yep. Okay, that strength is what's in the middle. We come out of this, the King of Pentacles, which is cool. Grounded in earthly matters. We're at one with the herd. We're sitting on a horse. We don't need a whole lot of control because we're confident in the resources that we have, and we're able to gently and kindly wield them in the best interest of the collective. That's what the king does. The king is responsible for dominion, right? So we come out responsible and grounded, and when we figure out how to hold our happiness and learn from our failures and do both, then we can really hold the collective in firm constitution with the 3D, the real world. Strength is the journey. To hold that is a challenging one. The moon is there to guide. So are your canine companions. You have dogs, yeah. Doesn't have to be dogs. There's a spirit lady head. There's flowers. There's a butterfly. So there's air and earth and spirit, the divine feminine, lots of moon aiding the strength. So it's a very masculine card supported by very feminine energy. And that's beautiful. So that's our process. How do we come out the other side of that one? Where does that take us? Do tell me. Do tell. It doesn't want to say. Ah! Come on. Come on. Time's of the essence. People don't like to watch me shuffle. It doesn't want to shoot any more out. It's like it's a secret. Last try, and I'm going to take the bottom of the deck. Didn't like my impatience. Swiftness, unlike this card. Okay, we come out. Yeah. It's an 8 of Wands moment, inspired. You're dodging. There's a whole lot of Neo going on here. We're dodging bullets in the Matrix is what's happening on the other side of this. So, expect to be targeted. Expect to have to, use your passions and your energies to set those boundaries. Expect to be tested. Yeah, and you'll come out the King of Swords. That makes sense. Yeah. Again, responsible for the collective, using divine, higher self energy to direct the collective, take the flock in a new direction, with the plan. So this is beautiful. If you're working today, this is a great work reading, by the way. It's pretty promising. Let's see. We got the Tower on the bottom again. So we can't ignore that we can expect to be shaken again today. All right? Just remember, Mars, the divine masculine, is positioned to support us today. It may not come to you until around your lunch hour, but it's coming. And breathe in that Taurus energy. especially if you don't have much earth in your chart like me. All I have actually is Taurus, and it's in my Saturn. It's in my work. So it's not surprising that I'm motivated to create all this stuff. There's one. I'm going to kick off my shoes for this. Get nice and grounded. Earth, Taurus. Get grounded. Intentional. I'll take my shoes off for the readings in the future. Intention. You know, and routine, like ritual. There's a reason why we're taught ritual as a matter of joining the collective. It is through ritual in which we join ourselves before we join the collective. And trust me, the collective does not want you until you have joined yourself. You're a loose cannon. All right, let's see what Doreen has to say. That's what I call these cards. They're actually not Doreen cards. They're called Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. Denise Lynn is the one who makes them. I love them. I got them in honor of my dearly departed friend, Doreen. That's why I call them the Doreen deck. And they remind me of her so much in their very essence. Since she's on the other side, I like to use it as an opportunity for her to speak. And she's my soul sister. So what have you got to say for us, sweet Doreen? She keeps getting this. You're protected by angels. She does it. She did this last time. This is her way of saying, I'm here with you. And you have one too. You are cherished by the angels. People have passed on. If you really want to feel it, you have to surrender. Oh, that one. What do we got? In the flow. Yeah. Everything is smooth sailing. I like these cards because they're constantly depicting being in a river, on a boat. And interestingly enough, the last time I played with my friend Doreen, we were kayaking on the river, and I can envision her paddling down that river. And in that time that we spent together, I was able to kind of solidify my ideas about life being a river and how getting stuck on the side is resistance, and you can get stuck there forever and miss your flow. In the flow. You're in the flow if you align with the purpose. You know, that guy's in flow. That King of Swords, he's in flow. To be in flow, you have to let go of resistance. You have to surrender. And there's a lot that needs to be accepted. What you cannot change needs to be accepted. And then you have to accept the things you can change. And I hate to break it to you, but that is you and only you. If that. It's hard to change oneself. So these cards are like impossible. Right? Show me you're impossible. I love them though. Here, I'll do the side thing. These are spirit animal cards. I've had them a while, but I haven't been using them much. And so they're still stiff, and I still haven't quite gotten my feel for them. But I really like them as an add-on to the reading. They're Spirit of the Animals Oracle by Jody Bergsma. And then these are My Sun and Moon are my staple by Vanessa DeCourt. You're the best. And I just love My Sun and Moon. There's no reverses. And that's great if you're learning too, that you don't have to be confused by the complexity of reversed meanings. It helps keep things simple. And I, even with all my experience, find that keeping things simple is best for everybody. Certainly if you can learn. So these I'm just going to split in the middle and see what we get. We got the bee, which is community. That's beautiful. And the lion, higher calling. That makes sense. You know, when your higher calling aligns with community, boy, you know, you're really in flow. So the higher calling for the lion says you have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe, which gets us to community. Be community. You are a powerful creator. I get back to this, the age of creation. Get in flow, folks. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. As above, so below. As without, so within. Most importantly, be what you want to see.